get some in your life. What's happening, good people? Today I want to talk to you about books, or we're bringing back books here at thinktailor.com, and during our balanced episodes, you know, I've been reflecting on my life, my last 10 years of my life, I guess the past couple of days, and I've come to one conclusion, that I've made the most strides in my life when I was actively learning and reading and building and growing myself. You know, up until I'll say about 3 or 4 years ago, I really got off the kick of reading voraciously, like I was on the path that I was on a couple of years ago. About a 5-year period where I was reading a book a month, all nonfiction, and just that amalgamation of information in my head just really allowed me to push forward and to grab the success that I desired. So I want to get back to that. So this year I've decided in the second half of 2010 to get back on my 1 book a month regiment, which was 6 books this year to finish in 2010. So starting in July, I'll be reading 1 book a month. This month I'm selecting Outliers. Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. He is famous for The Tipping Point and Blink, which Blink I thought was terrible, to be honest with you. I thought he could have wrote that entire book in 20 to 30 pages instead of the 200 and some odd pages that it was. But, you know, you're selling books. What are you going to do? But The Tipping Point was revolutionary. It was one of those books, actually, I started reading about 10 years ago when I was on my book a month regiment. But anyway, Outliers is a study of the story of success. Very interesting. I'm only on chapter 2 currently, but I'm very interested. The book was recommended to me by a friend who mentioned that you shouldn't try to raise a child in today's society without reading this particular book. So I'm taking that challenge. I'm picking it up. It's very interesting. Out the door, the first thing that struck me is this 10,000 hour rule, where people who've reached extraordinary success, or the outliers on the fringe of success, seem to have a couple of things in common, and one of those is the amount of practice, time, and effort that they put in to master their craft, whether that's education, whether that's sports, whether that's instrument, chemistry. They seem to have hit the 10,000 hour rule with practice and preparation. In fact, there's a quote in the book that I thought was great. It says, "Practice isn't the thing you do once you're good, it's the thing you do that makes you good." Practice isn't the thing that you do that once you're good, it's the thing that makes you good. And it seems that 10,000 hours is the number to crack if you want to be extraordinary. They talked about the Beatles putting in 10,000 hours of work. They talked about Bill Joy, who was probably the father of the internet, putting in 10,000 hours of study at a time when this whole industry in the late 60s, early 70s was beginning to burgeon. But he was there in the right place at the right time. There's also a lot of other factors that go into massive success that he outlines in Outliers. So it's a very interesting book. Seems like it's going to be a great read. I want to encourage you to pick it up. Join me in the reading of Outliers during the month of July. Excuse me. If you're interested, if not, pick up a book of your choice. Be sure to report back. We're going to get serious about this book section here on the site, and we're going to continue to build our knowledge, experience, our understanding, and hopefully our reach and influence in the society and the world. So with that, it's your host Freddie Taylor, reminding you to pick up a book or 3, do yourself a favor, but also that all things happen first in the mind, then in reality.